Hey folks, Stacey Jones here with the Basin Late Night Video Log. Got my old buddy Cadillac here.
Yeah.
And we want to talk a little WPT Choctaw. That was last May. But first, let's talk about what's going on. It's become like Groundhog Day here. We're closed down again. The governor has decided to blame the bars for the spike in the coronavirus. Never mind all these people that were protesting, holding hands, walking, singing Kumbaya, and spreading it. They blame the bars for it. And although we know here at Basin Nights we've been going by their guidelines that it wasn't us, that's what's happened. So we're the ones having to pay for it. Now, for those of y'all that heard me say, and I truly meant it at the time, that I would not close my bar down again. When this order came up, I got in contact with the TABC and I said, if I open up, what are you going to do? And they said, well, we'll give you a 30-day shutdown. And that 30 days isn't just from the day that they shut you down. It actually starts when you can open back up. So I thought about it and I thought, well, if it was just me, I would do it. But it's not just me. I've got these employees here and all of my great customers. And if I took a 30-day shutdown and they did allow us to open up next week or the week after, then we'd have to start our 30 days then, and that was just too high a price to pay. So I've decided to go ahead and go with their, not buck them in any way. So that's where we're at there. And all of you great customers, I haven't been answering my phone and stuff because I'm a little disgusted about this. I mean, I had my nose bent out of shape about it there for a day or two and decided I didn't want to spew a bunch of stuff, but we do have a lot of great customers. Actually, I got my nose bent out of shape over this a little bit. Donovan, which is a good customer of ours, started a GoFundMe for Basin Nights. And man, Donovan, I appreciate it. You're a good dude. And I'm just old school, as you can tell by looking at me probably, but I don't and would not accept charity, ever. And I know there's a lot of people that really need it worse than I do, so if you guys want to do something for one of them, let me know and I'll donate some money. But as it is here at Basin Nights, I'm just not going to do that. Got to have a sip of this cup of joe right here. Folks, we're going to make it through this because we're Americans and we're Texans. And I've got the best right here. And I'll put my bar up against anybody's. So when this thing gets back open, we hope you'll continue to come see us. Now, the governor is going to allow us to do a few things. And I want y'all to stay close to your Facebook and your Snapchats and stuff, because we'll be letting you know what we're going to be doing while we're closed down, because we're going to try to make a little bit of money, maybe get through this and keep these employees, with some dollars coming in. So we do appreciate your support every day, and even the last time we were closed down, people were coming and trying to spend some money with us. And so since we're going to be allowed to do a few more things, we're going to try to do that. We're not just ready today. It may be a couple, 3 days while we're coming up with our game plan, but we'll get that done. Now, World Poker Tour Choctaw. As you can see, that's my ugly mug right there. I was fortunate enough to make the final table, and that's what this is. I'm going to show it off because I don't get to show off anything much anymore, but this is a World Poker Tour final table jacket. Yeah. And gotta have another sip of this cup of joe. Just clearing my throat, folks. I ain't got the COVID, okay? I do, however, have allergies, and I do sneeze or cough every day of my life, so that's the way it is for me. But it's airing right now. That's why I'm doing this vlog right now. It's airing right now on Fox Sports, I believe. But there's 3 episodes to it, and I'm in the first 2 if you'd like to maybe watch and see how bad I played some poker. But I wanted to kind of introduce you to these guys because I've kind of made friends with them since we played together, and they're a bunch of just great poker players, but they're good guys too. Right up here in this top right-hand corner That's Austin Lewis. Austin, he's a Texan, and he is a golfing son of a gun. He's a handsome guy. He wears one of those 3-day beards like Don Johnson did back in Miami Vice. Remember those? Got a beautiful wife. He's a family man, and one heck of a poker player. Now, he and I had a race. He had his pair of jacks. He gets all his chips in. I called him with ace king, and I won the race, so I actually eliminated him from the final table. But you know what he did? He went straight over to the WSOP. Now, this was going on in Vegas, and they were having the WSOP tournament, and he entered the main event, and he goes out 16th out of 8,000 and something people. So that tells you what kind of player he is. Goes out 16th, wins $400,000. I was pulling for him, man. I wanted him to make that final time. I wanted him to win it. I mean, he's a good guy. I've had the pleasure of playing with him several times, and he's always a gentleman. Always a gentleman. That's Austin Lewis. Next, let's go up here, right here in the middle. That's Will Berry, the guy with the glasses there. Now, Will Berry maybe don't like me. I don't know. I've seen him several times, and I'll say hello to him or something, and it's all I can do to get, you know, but he will kind of nod his head and smile a little bit. People tell me he's just really quiet. And like I said, he maybe don't like me, but I like him, and I definitely dig the way he plays poker. Man, he is a machine. He's like a robot, man. He never makes the wrong size bet. He knows when to bluff. He knows when to lay those cards down, and he's grinding, and he's always in contention for winning a poker tournament. I promise you this, if you could get a piece of him in a tournament, you'd probably make some money, because he's going to get there. He's going to make that money. He's going to get up in there. That guy's a great player. And then that brings us to Nick Papillo right here. He and Will are very good friends, I hear, or that's what they said on TV, and I assume that's right. I've seen him visit him before. He's much like that. He makes just great sized bets, and I've sat at the table with him a few times, and I haven't beat him a pot yet. I mean, I get in there, he shows me a big hand. He took most of my chips during this tournament right here. I'm telling you, just great poker player. I follow him on Twitter, and I think he follows me back, and he's just a good guy. I think I've made friends with him. I like Nick. These are all great guys. Now we're gonna move over to the guy that knocked me out. That's Trung Pham, or Pham. I'm not real sure how to say his last name, but Trung, this young man right here. Now, this dude does not mind playing his positions, and he really will put those chips in the middle. Damn. He says that he tries to get into the other player's mind, you know, and kind of try to think what they're thinking, so he'll know how to react or counter or whatever. All I can tell you is he busted me, and if he spent any time in my mind, he probably didn't like it. But I tell you, great, very, very nice young man, and he's really getting started on this, man. I mean, he's just real new to poker, like 2 years, but he is making final tables, and I guarantee he's going to be one of the greats. I do believe that. Now let's talk about the guy that won the poker tournament, because he plays like a boss. Now, I'm not kidding you, and he and I have become very good friends. I mean, we'll talk to each other on the phone and stuff, and that is Craig Varnell, the guy in the orange cap there. That was actually a Denver Broncos cap. I guess they had to probably take that off there for that picture, but let me tell you, man, this guy will, he doesn't study the game, he doesn't make all the same size bets every time. He keeps you guessing. He kind of plays, well, I should say this, I kind of play like him, I think, a little bit. You know, I don't do all of those things. I kind of get a feel for something, and there's times I don't make the right size bet, or I bluff and get your money in, and he does not mind. Now, let me tell you something. This cat gets down to what is essentially was a chip in a chair, and he doubles through. I think it was Trump. So he still don't have many chips. Next, I got my shot at him. I try to take him out. He doubles through me. And then he's got a pretty decent stack, and then he doubles through, I think it might have been Nick, but whoever it was, he ends up with a bunch of chips. I mean, all of a sudden he goes from nothing up to over 2 million in chips, and he says, "You guys are in big, big trouble." Well, it was his birthday, he had a lot of fan support because he's from Las Vegas, and we were in big trouble. Let me tell you, he ran over the game after that. He ended up taking it down. That was his third time to make a WPT final table. You know, anybody can do it once like I did. I got a little lucky. I'm going to try to do it again. But if you can get there 3 times, I think that speaks to your play. I think speaks very highly of it.
Yeah.
You know, I need to mention some people that I wasn't just in there with a bunch of professionals and just totally barefoot. I had some friends there that I've known for a very long time. They're from Lubbock, Texas. That's where I'm originally from. Sean Rice being one of them. And Sean Rice is a world-class poker player. I think he gives poker lessons. If you could afford him, he would be a very good person to teach you the game. And he didn't charge me anything. He was just there to help because he's a friend. And Sean and I have been friends for 25 or 30 years. And Sean Rice, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for coming. You know, these guys, they were at the WSOP playing poker because that's what they do, and they took time out of their day to come rail me over there, and I appreciate it. The second one I want to talk about is Corey Bradford. Corey Bradford's from Lubbock, and I've known Corey since he was a teenager. I used to go play poker at his dad and uncle's poker game every day. And Corey and I just got to be friends. You know, back in those days, you know, you played poker, it was cash game, and none of us had much money, but when we won, whoever won had to buy breakfast. Unfortunately for me, I didn't have to buy a lot of breakfast, but I learned how to play poker right there. And Corey, let me tell you, this same series, this same Choctaw WPT series, he played in the seniors event. You only have to be 50 years old to play in that, and he's just turned 50, I think. But he got in that booger, and he won it. So let me tell you, he's just a world-class player also. The other one is Ben Perez. He's a little younger, but he's from Lubbock, and he and I become friends. Now, you can probably look him up on Hendon Mob. He's had 2 or 3 titles that he's won. He's always seems to be in the money. Such a nice young man. When I was in Vegas, and you know, it's the first time I really went and played in some of these things and stuff, he was a big help to me, you know, showing me how to look up a site where I could find where the games were and that type of thing. And he's not a guy that really looks for the accolades. I just think he just tries to play and play great poker, and he does every time. And I think the accolades find him because he's gonna get that winner circle. So to Sean, Corey, Ben, thank you guys for coming over and railing me and giving me some support because I needed it. And if there's ever anything I can do for you guys, let me know. Also, if we ever get past this stinking pandemic, we play poker here at Basin Nights. It's free to you. You can come win some of my money. Sunday through Thursday, we play at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
We play tournament after tournament. You know, 5 entries or 1 win gets you into the money game. That money game is always the second game on Thursday night. And if you can win some money, that qualifies you for the quarterly. And that quarterly is an individual tournament, man. It's fun. It's 300 to first, 200 to second, 100 to third. And if you can do well in some of those, you can get into our tournament of champions. And that's the end of the year. It's a bounty tournament, $25 a person you take out, and it's 1 winner, $1,000 for first place. So I won it 2 years ago. Mary Ryan won it this past year. Holland Trammell's won it. Julie Parks has won it. I'm telling you, guys, just come in. You can learn the game if you haven't ever played poker. We'll be happy to teach you how to play. And we play a good brand of poker here. I'm telling you, we play it at its finest. And we're after those chips, whether it means anything or not. We're trying to get those chips. And if you'll come play with me, I'll try to get your chips. You know, Chadlack, there's been a song that's been going off in my head all day. You know how you get a song in your head and you keep singing it to you? You know what I mean? You just said you can't help it. And the only way you can get it out sometime is to sing a little bit of it. So I'm going to sing a little bit of this song because it was written about the COVID-19. It was written by Luke Combs, and it's called 6 Feet Away. So, I miss my mom, I miss my dad, I miss the road, I miss my band, giving hugs and shaking hands. Well, it's a mystery, I suppose, just how long this thing goes. There'll be crowds and there'll be shows. There will be light after dark, someday when we aren't 6 feet apart. Until next time, I'm Stacey Jones with Cadillac and Basin Nights.